Hey, deserving listeners. So I just got done watching Love is Blind Season 8, and I thought I would watch the post-season news stories and podcasts and TikToks and clips as a way of, fleshing out the story, hearing behind-the-scenes stuff. The first thing that I thought I would watch, people have been sending me stuff, and someone sent me a time-stamped podcast from the podcast and YouTube channel Off the Vine. And this is with Madison, so let's watch this.
You can see when people are cocky, and you can see when people are confident. So it just blows my mind. Is it mostly women or men or both that are giving you a hard time?
You know what? I love when men leave hate comments because it's so funny. It's like, you wish you could have this.
Yeah. You would hit this in 2 seconds.
Yeah. You'd fold.
Yeah,
Immediately.
Absolutely. Yeah. Do you guys have I know you have your own.
Okay, so I could see why people might send this to me, I think. Let's rewatch that and really try to absorb what's happening.
Giving you a hard time.
You know what? I love when men leave hate comments because it's so funny. It's like, you wish you could have this.
Okay, so the context is that they're talking about people insulting Madison or claiming that she's arrogant or a villain or a bad person. The host asks Madison, is it mostly men and women? And Madison says, well, it's funny when men will criticize me because you wish you could have this. I imagine that the simplest answer, which might be the answer, is that this is an indication of arrogance, self-centeredness, grandiosity, what we might call narcissism, I suppose, but that word is so fraught on the internet today, I'm hesitant to use it, but this is a possibility. But another possibility in addition, but maybe as a sole possibility, and there's probably 100 other possibilities that I can't think of or don't want to get into for time's sake, but another is that this is her jokey way of clapping back or even of protecting herself. The amount of bullying that these individuals will go through is tremendous. And as someone that's been on the internet making podcasts and YouTube videos for the past almost 17 years, if you listen to my podcast or have been watching my channel for a long time, you've seen me on my ups and downs when it comes to that. And I don't get nearly as much hate and bullying as Madison would. I am quite positive of that. One, because of the sort of content that I make. Also, because I'm a guy. The kind of vitriol and bullying that women will get is off the charts. And from my limited experience, because I haven't done a full survey of all the things that are being said about and towards Madison, is that there is a lot of hatred. There's a lot of supporters as well, and a lot of people that are neutral or have nuanced point of views about her. But anyway, so is this just her way of clapping back or protecting herself? Or is she that arrogant? I don't know. I'm trying to think if we've seen other indications. Now, if she were to be that arrogant, typically the reason is because they're insecure. It's not because they're a cartoon villain. They are trying to protect themselves or trying to bolster themselves because they actually don't feel very good about themselves. But then she says something after this.
Yeah. You would hit this in 2 seconds.
Yeah. You'd fold.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Absolutely. Yeah. Do you guys have a...
Yeah, and that's kind of specific. You would fold. You would fold. I think mostly she's joking in that she isn't literally saying every man wants me and everyone who criticizes me is secretly jealous or wants to be with me. At least I hope that's not. Because if she did think that, that would indicate deep, deep insecurity.
I know you have your own counselor, but do you guys have a show counselor that helps with anything?
Yes.
That's good.
So I didn't really know that at the time, though.
Oh, they didn't make it obvious.
Okay, interesting. I could see why people would send me this as well. So Madison's talking about having her own counselor and also working with the show available counselor. Sounds like, right?
Background check. I'm like, what is that crazy word?
It's hard sometimes.
Yeah, words are hard. Okay, so they have all that, but you didn't really know that you could speak to this person. Is it available to you now?
Yeah, they do provide a decent amount of support afterwards. Okay. So they provide you with 8 counseling sessions paid for by Kinetic, and you get to choose your own counselor and therapist.
Okay, that's actually pretty good that they essentially earmark funds forecast to pay anybody. And maybe it's like a set fee, or they will say we'll pay whatever fee the counselor charges, or it might be kind of like an EAP program where there's a set fee. Anyway.
The glove goes hard.
Oh.
So I had no clue that the receipt was in my armpit.
Stop.
Okay, I have been watching for a bit, and it's just chatting, nothing really worth me highlighting or talking about psychology. But okay, yeah, there wasn't really much in this podcast episode. It's 50 minutes long. You can watch it off the Vine with Madison. And I always am so hopeful we're going to get more depth or something, but, you know, it's just my preference. Who cares about what I think, I suppose. And I will say that the rest of this video will be for members. I'm going to check out Ben's TikToks that I've heard. I'm also eventually going to get to Story Time with Ricky. I just looked at her TikTok page and realized that she has been posting about season 8 this whole time. I've been avoiding mostly because I don't want spoilers, because it always takes me a bit of time to actually watch the whole show. But it looks like there's a fair amount. And I'll tell you that after watching Story Time with Ricky, in her journalism and investigation on the allegations of Alex, I will say that she did a lot of actual investigation and very responsible journalism work. She was careful not to speculate at all and was just reporting and actually, was trying to confirm information, because so often we'll on the internet get some sort of tea, as they say. And for a long time, it actually took me I did not know what people meant by tea. I think years. And then eventually I was like, oh, it's sort of like the dish or the background information or the secret truth. And I think I don't know if I heard this, but I either surmised that it's supposed to be like a stereotype of housewives drinking tea. Maybe I'm wrong about this. And there's someone shocks you with gossip and you go, oh, and you spill your tea. Am I wrong about it? Is it, anyway. So with that sort of content, often people will just spread rumors based on extremely dubious data. Whereas Storytime with Ricky, I will say, now I don't know about all of her content, but in those 2 videos that she posted on Alex, I just thought, wow, this is like high level journalism and investigation. So I'm really curious and looking forward to checking out her videos. So anyway, the rest of this video will be for members of the podcast, members of the YouTube channel, sorry. So if you are a member, you'll see the rest of this. If you're not, please take care of yourself, because you deserve it. You really, really do. Is this weird that I have... this is the coffee cup that I just grabbed. This shirt I picked for the occasion, but anyway, please take care of yourself, because you deserve it. You really, really do.